Well, hello, my friends, and welcome back again. Today, we're in something a little bit different from my lower volume, not lowest, that's fairly the derelicts and reformers, but my relatively low volume department that produces the Icon TR, which is our version of the 1947 to 53 Chevrolet pickup, most of the time. This time, we did a 1954 with a couple tweaks, but this vehicle was already owned by the client who commissioned the build, and he has good amount of sentimental history with it. So we were happy to use his truck. It had wonderful integrity, so it worked out really well. And the 54's, the most obvious difference is the unique grille, which was used in 5.4 only, and from what I understand, about the first 3 months of 55, before they had the new body series ready. I'd like to build one of those too. But the client really liked the dash of pre-54. So we took a really crappy cabin that we had and stole its 50 dash, and we laced it into the 54 dash. So some of the 54 elements remain, such as the Chevrolet stamped script, the more arched bow to the dash line, the one-piece curved windshield, of course, remains. But then the two bonicles, is that a word? The two circular form for the gauges are from the earlier version. Then we also ran the original Icon New School Thriftmaster articulating dash panels that integrate the AC as well as the glove box and the stereo head unit. Other details unique to 54 would be the bed, which I really like. It's subtle till you really stop and look and think about it, but the shaping of the bed side panels is unique. The top lip and profile is unique and just a little bit more defined, shall we say. So cosmetically, I can picture Johnny Cash rocking this truck. She is black on black on black. It's a very deep and luxurious black finish paint. Pardon me, but I'm going to be out of commission for a short bit. I'm getting my right knee replaced later this week, so I really wanted to make sure I had time to capture this truck. So I am shooting it before ceramic and before color sanding and final paint correction. So other than the front grille, the front bumper and the rear bumper is also unique to 54. The rear bumper creates a stamped section in the middle that allows you to put the license plate somewhere proper, other than the chintzy bracket sort of afterthought on the pre-54s. The doors are the new school design that you're used to seeing by now, with the CNC'd chrome armrest and handles and window regulator. And of course, as with all Thriftmasters, that window regulator is what appears to be manual, but it controls the power windows. So you just nudge down for down, you nudge up for up, and then if you double nudge down, all windows down, double nudge up, you guessed it, all windows up. For the interior, again, Johnny Cash special, black on black on black. Very nice, very high-end leather in a sort of matte satin black finish. French double thread stitched. We have the fold down center armrest with the matte pocket integrated on the vertical plane at the center of the seat. For the rugs, we did my beloved German Haargarten Square Vive. Very nice. Can you guess what color? I'm not going to say black again. Oh, I just did. Okay. Well, let's do it again. Let's keep going. Black on black on black. Black Alcantara headliner. The Icon New School sun visors. And black leather wrapped black steering wheel. And the black against all the chrome highlights really pops nicely, works out well. In the front end, we decided to ghost out the 54 style turn indicators because the bright orange I don't know, they were too bright, so just smoked them so they'd be a bit more subtle. Because that's what's neat about this truck. Either people don't see it or they freak out. It's literally one or the other. But the very black and clean and simple, and the wheels and the hubcaps, just timeless. I just really dig the whole vibe this truck has. For audio, like all Thriftmasters, of course, we are running the Pioneer NEX head unit that has both tethered and non-tethered CarPlay, reverse camera, AM, FM, CD, HD, yada, yada, yada. We are running the Focal audio speakers. So beneath the articulating door in the center of the dash where the audio system is, you have conventional switches for lights, wipers, fan, vent, and temp. The AC, of course, comes from our lovely partners at Vintage Air, and it just fills this cabin up with nice, cool air pretty darn quickly, and it's damn hot today, and I'm not even breaking a sweat, so there's some proof for you. Copious amounts of Dynamat are featured throughout the cabin, as well as between the layers of carpet and again within the removable upper floor mats. We did black trim on the interior, all volcanic black, powder coated, but on the exterior we did a couple more bling chrome highlights than you normally see us do on the new school. Old school generally has more bright work, more traditional vibe. But again, with this truck, the directive was more black on black on black, a little bit of sinister, but some contrast in there as well. We have the Icon Sport pedals. We have, of course, the Icon fire extinguisher. And outside, of course, we have the Greening Engineering machine taillights with the reverse cut pyramid LED taillight lenses. They're so pretty. We have our standard exterior rear view mirrors with the LED indicators when you turn on your turn signal. It's kind of a groovy little subtle touch. The reverse camera is built into the panel below the tailgate. We also recently, it's been on the last couple trucks, but nice evolution, subtle but impactful on the tailgate. Now there is an inside single actuator to release the tailgate catches. And then of course we have the stainless steel hinges to get rid of the gacky chains that always did nothing but make a lot of noise and chip your paint. Nobody misses those. Now the bedwood on this one is super groovy. You guys remember the truck we did, the Shushugiban finish on the wood? Well, we did that on this now. That is a Japanese traditional finish pioneered by seaside living fishermen, apparently because the species of wood they could get was quite limited and not very durable. What they would do is oil and set fire to and then rub down that wood, which would create that black kind of char finish. But it wasn't a cosmetic decision. It was done because the antimicrobial and bacterial properties and the surface longevity and the resistance to the salt air made it a much longer lasting finish. Now, I like those values, but honestly, I did it because it's, you guessed it, black. And we did it on a species that it wasn't intended to be done on. Client didn't really care, and I'm a personal huge fan of quarter sawn white oak. So you got a little bit of vintage Americana and a little bittage of Japanese vintage. I'm such a mouth pile today, I can't get my words out. But anyway, bed looks damn cool. Stainless runners, of course, as you're used to seeing from us. Now, mechanically, we are running the beloved General Motors LS3, a 6.2 emissions certified aluminum fuel injected V8. Just the perfect motor for this truck. And I tell you, the last couple I sold, people are like, I want more power. How do I get more power? And I'm like, honestly, we've done that, and any more power, it's not going to stick. The cool thing with the LS3 is you can pretty much drive it with wild abandon, and it's gonna connect, it's gonna hook up, especially if you stepped up to our four-wheel independent suspension sport chassis like this truck has. The ride quality of this chassis I cannot rave enough about. You can Google it and see the reviews for various platforms that Art Morrison and Craig's team have earned for this chassis. It is honestly revolutionary. Now, no one ever complained about the 4-bar rear and independent front that we did before, but the second this came out, almost everyone's gone for the 4-wheel independent because it's just phenomenal. We have rack and pinion power steering. We have the Icon Sport Brakes by Brembo on all four corners. They are Hydro Boost assisted, and this Thriftmaster is running the 4L85E 4-speed automatic with overdrive controlled by HGM controls. Wiring harness is proprietary, in-house engineered by Icon using all triple seal connectors, cross-link wire, Busman fuse panels, just super high quality, should never have to worry about it. Headlights, we did old school glass lens, but LED this time. We finally found one that married that vintage look with the modern lighting tech, and we're happy with that. We looked for a long time to find the right solution. What else? Sway bars, front and rear, tunable. E-stop electric parking brake with an audible warning, so you cannot be an idiot and leave it on. I guess unless you left your hearing aid off or your ear pods in, but otherwise it gives you fair warning that it is actuated. Stance-wise, this is sort of our medium to taller stance. We allow each client to pick their stance from 3 ride height positions, depending on just sort of the general vibe and utility they're expecting out of the truck. All the column hardware is unique to Icon, and I designed that to flow with the armrests, the dash knobs, the cowl vent knob, all those goodies. I just am a geek for that kind of continuity. I don't know if I mentioned this before in these videos, but I'm a huge fan of Raymond Loewy. And although he had nothing to do with this Chevy design, I thought it would be fun when I was starting the project. I kind of put myself in the theoretical shoes of Raymond Loewy and asked myself, if Loewy had been on the design team for this truck, what things would he have elevated and how would he have done that? So I certainly do not claim to be remotely close to his genius, but I leaned on him for a little, shall we say, perspective inspiration. We do not do our high-tech inside rear view mirror. We do an old school stainless steel polish reproduction with a very simple day-night clicker flipper, because the modern one with the electronic one, although the functionality is killer, it just looks horrible on a TR, so we just couldn't stand for that, could we? What else? Oh, smoked glass. Whatever, that's enough. Probably bored of me by now. I appreciate your time as always. I appreciate the support, feedback, comments, and questions. Try and stay real responsive and keep up with you cats on that. So that's all I got. Until the next time, be kind, be good to others, be conscious, and take care of yourselves. See ya. Just for fun, I'm gonna do a wee bit of an obnoxious takeoff here. So that's pedal to the metal, no lift off, minor chirp from first to second. If I was on the freeway or in controlled road conditions with a professional driver, I would have shown you it chirp 2-3 and even 3-4 in wide open throttle. But again, traction maintained. It does not get nutty or squirrely. With the manual tranny, you might be able to get yourself in a little bit more trouble. Also, if I two-pedaled it, probably be a little bit rowdier on takeoff. Well, gosh, I shouldn't just tell you this. I really need, in the interest of education, I should show you how that works. So here you go. So again, I could have been dumber and done that longer and throttled up. I could have bumped it into first and held it there, but I'm not here to burn my clients brand new tires. I'm just here to show you it has copious amounts of power, but with respectable traction and really good road manners.